Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the annual Kocosports.com Triforce Awards. We're coming at you live now here. Let's see, first of all, you got the Coco crew here holding it down live. First, you got yours truly here, the sexiest man on all of Internet Wrestling Radio. That's right, Boom Boom here, shaking the room live from the RVA, talking about Richmond, Virginia. And, of course, joining me way there across the Pacific in his condominium, talking about Dr. Dave Kokotis. And, of course, a long-time loyal listener, the master of all things fantasy wrestling, talking about the man, the myth, the legend, talking about Forsaken. Join us here live for the Triforce Award. So welcome, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Now I know that we're a little late doing this broadcast, but due to some scheduling conflicts and some technology conflicts, this has been about the first available time that we've been able to get together and actually do this. So I apologize for the lateness, but what can I say, guys? 2014, it was kind of a rough year for a lot of people. I'm one of those people who's a little rough for professional wrestling. It was a rough year. But we decided we were going to make, we're going to have fun with this. We're going to make wrestling fun, and we came up with the concept of the awards. Now, this goes back quite a ways. This actually goes back about, 2-3 years, Dave. And we have, your standard award, awards, for, best wrestler, whatever, the best companies, matches of the year. But, we have some, I guess what we call, like, some specialty awards here at Kocosports.com. We've got the WTF Award, that's for the career that fell apart. The Miz Award, that's for the most improved wrestler of the year. We got the Molly Holly Award for best female wrestler. We got the Haymon Award for, best storyline. The Russo Award for worst storyline. And the list just goes on and on and on. But Dave, I believe don't we have some new awards this year?
Yeah, we do have some new awards, and actually 2 or 3 years has been on YouTube. I was talking to a co-host. We're like the Golden Globes. We're very late. we're very late, and on top of being very late, we've been doing this for a really long time. I think this has been like I haven't got it down pat, but this was started, I think, like in 2001. So this would be like our 14th year doing this. From one way or the other. And the reason why we have the Triforce is the original radio show that we did this on had 3 hosts. So there you go. And just like the Golden Globes, late, old, and not many people care about it, and hosted by sexy women making fun of Bill Cosby. All right. So the Triforce this year, usually it's 3 hosts, but our hosts have been rotating. But one thing that has been rotating is our I guess our internet infantry. I don't want to call it fan base because that's fucking douchey as hell. But our viewers have been loyal, more than a third co-host. But with that said, is that this is the first year we stole it from Wrestling Ranted. Wrestling Ranted's like the Oscars, and we're the Golden Globes. But Boom Boom decided, hey, let the internet infantry be the third guy, and that's why Forsaken is here. All right, so we're going to break down the awards as best we can. Down below, we have links to the doobly-doo, so you can see 2013 and 2014. Anything before that is just gone. It disappeared. It doesn't exist. Maybe I'll have to get, like, archives and stuff and try to break it down. But all that matters is 2014. Our first award, it's a very popular award, but I think it was hard for me to decide, but it is called the Hardy Award. And the Hardy Award goes to the most popular wrestler you hate, because I am not a big fan of the Hardys. Our show back in the day in radio hated the Hardys, but yet so many people loved them. So the Hardy Award goes to the wrestler most people like, but you really hate. All right, so Forsaken, you're representing the Internet Infantry. What did the Internet Infantry say for their part of the Triforce, the Hardy Award winner?
Well, we, the infantry, had said the Hardy Award winner is Sheamus.
All right, so Sheamus gets the Internet Infantry's part of the Triforce. And the funny thing is, we'll see if anyone sweeps and completes the full Triforce. It's very rare. Boom Boom, do you agree with the Internet Infantry, or do you have someone else?
You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go a little different. I hate to break up the Triforce, but I got to. My pick for the Hardy Award is Brock Lesnar.
Really? I can see that. That's interesting. I can definitely see that.
You know, there was
Now,
a lot of hype. I mean, I think it was Pro Wrestling Illustrated ranked him like the number one wrestler 2014, even though he only wrestled what 3 matches. All this hype. They gave him the belt. They let him keep it after Night of Champions. It was just a colossal train wreck, and it was supposed to be, oh yeah, it's Brock Lesnar. He's a tough guy with UFC. Yeah, people will watch us now. People are gonna buy our pay-per-views. And I'm like, dude, it caused the fucking product to suck. I'm sick and tired of WWE fucking kissing his ass. I'm sick of his fucking fans. Because, I mean, every time I criticize Brock Lesnar, like, well, you couldn't do any of his workouts. You never survived one of those. And I'm like, I'm not asking to survive one of his workouts. I'm asking him if he's going to be a goddamn professional wrestler to, I don't know, fucking wrestle.
whoa. Those are some high standards. You're going to get some heel heat, especially from the Kocosports blog community. Oh, boom, you're going to get some heel heat. My Hardy Award goes to, I have a lot of nominations, and I think I know who I'm going to give it to. Like, I have four types of people on my list. I'm going to mention some nominations. Bullet Club. Bullet Club is dead. All right? Bullet Club is dead. There is no Bullet Club. Prince Devitt fucking left. There's no Bullet Club. It is fucking garbage. All right? I love the Bullet Club. I was doing Too Sweet back in the fucking day when no one knew what the fuck that meant. Prince Devitt is gone. The Bullet Club is dead. All right? But that's not my winner. That's not my winner because I think the reason that's not my winner is because I think it's one of those Pearl Jam Mookie Blaylock things where people are like, I like Pearl Jam. But like, bitch, I knew it when it was Mookie Blaylock. I think it's one of those things where I'm just a fucking bitter guy because I liked Bullet Club before you, and I'm a fucking super fandom fucking nerd. But really, this ain't Bullet Club. Jeff Jarrett isn't fucking Bullet Club, and I don't hate Jeff Jarrett. He's not Bullet Club material. The day Prince Devitt left for NXT, Bullet Club has been dead. Long live Chaos. Another one, Austin Aries. Another nomination, not the award winner, Austin Aries. I used to love him, but he decided, hey, I'm going to be a bitch on Twitter and stop fucking having good matches. Another one that a lot of people love, but I couldn't give him the award because I love him, AJ Styles. I love and hate AJ Styles at the same time. It's a bag of emotions. But my winner by a little bit, Sting.
Sting. Wow.
Sting hasn't been good since he turned into the fucking Crow, and people are like, it's the greatest fucking thing ever. And not only that, but like, Sting is one of those things, like in TNA, everyone thought he sucked. I thought he sucked in TNA. I thought he sucked in WCW. I thought he sucked in WWE. I'm happy that he's in WWE and is making fans happy and all that. But when I hear, like, oh, Sting is back, I'm like, oh, who cares? Who cares? Sting hasn't been back since the fucking turned on the Crow, all right? If he comes back with his bleached blonde hair, in shape, wooing, and main eventing Clash of the Champions, then I'll be a Sting fan. Until then, no. Oh, my God. I think Sting is killing me with the Force. All right, next, The Miz. The Miz Award. Now, this used to be just the most improved award, but I gave it to The Miz like 900 years in a row because I thought The Miz was the most improved wrestler of all time. All right, so the Miz Award goes to the most improved wrestler of the year. Forsaken.
Yes, sir.
I'm stalling. Boom, boom. All right, Forsaken. High five for being online, bro. Yeah. No one knows what I'm talking about. Forsaken. Who is the internet infantry voted for their piece of the Triforce for the Miz Award?
Well, we all voted for EC3, Ethan Carter III.
And that's a really good fucking... Oh, good job, internet infantry. I don't even know who I voted. All right, Booms, break it down.
You know, I'm going to agree with the internet infantry. EC3 all the way, man. I think he showed... I think he kind of broke out a little bit more of the mold than just, you know, some failed WWE guy. He broke out, you know, he really developed the Dixie Carter nephew's character a little bit. He really, he's one of the few WWF guys, or excuse me, WWE guys that his career actually benefited by jumping to TNA. So got to give him props for that one.
Oh, yeah.
And my piece of the Triforce goes to, oh fuck, I changed my mind on live hair. I actually wrote Bobby Lashley. I wrote down Bobby Lashley, but I'm not giving him the award. EC3 deserves the Triforce. Right on air, I'm changing my last second thing. Good thing I didn't put these on the blog like I did last year. I'll do it after the show because I have to go back in editing. I actually wrote down Bobby Lashley, and then I heard your debates about EC3, and I'm like, I am a fucking idiot. Scratch, scratch,
Well, yeah,
scratch.
but that has nothing to do with voting.
EC3, definitely the most improved of the year. Way to go, EC3. I was behind you the whole time, 100% of the time. I was behind EC3. Let me scratch out Bobby Lashley's name. Scratch, 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 scratch. All right, this one's going to be tough. Russo Award for Worst Storyline of the Year. Worst Storyline of the Year. All right, so there's been a lot of bad storylines. Who's been the worst? All right. Forsaken, who did the Internet Infantry vote for?
Yes, sir. The Internet Infantry. We all voted for the Bella Twins feud. Oh, gosh. Oh, that is horrible. Oh. It's Jerry Springer and, oh, no, thank you. Take it away.
All right, Booms, who did you got for your piece of the Triforce?
My piece of the Triforce definitely, and believe me, this was a tough one. And there was a lot of them on there, but I had to think of the one that absolutely had no redeeming qualities or value whatsoever, and it tended to infuriate me. And so I stuck with the Bella Twins. That was just a god awful feud. It was led to some bad segments. I mean, you bring on Jerry Springer, who hasn't been relevant since 1998, onto the show. They bring out their
they went
brother.
the gay athlete, but I think he was last second replacement.
To who?
And,
some gay athlete. But go on, Boom. Sorry to cut you off.
yeah. Well, and then the brother came out there, and it was horrible, and it was just so childish. And then Bree helps her sister out and turns heel because fuck it, why not? And I was just like, this is just mind-numbingly bad. So, Bella Twins, congratulations. You look alike, and you can both share the award because you both suck.
I mean, do they really even look alike anymore? One is completely plastic, and one is El Naturel. I don't even think they look alike anymore, but I understand. And you know what? I'm not even giving them the Triforce. I really wrote them down. The Bella Twins. By far. I know what pissed me off is there's WWE fanboys defending that. There are fucking YouTubers, podcasters defending this fucking storyline. You heard it. Give it time. Oh, the feud's going to be amazing. The match is going to be awesome. No, it was WWE pure fucking shit at its finest. Once again, Stephanie McMahon wins. She never fucking has to pay her dues. She never has to fucking eat a little bit of crow, even in storylines. The fucking slave storyline basically went fucking nowhere. It was complete fucking garbage. It was by far the worst thing of the fucking year.
And to be honest, Dave, they really could have saved this storyline. I mean, they could have saved it with, hey, we weren't getting a shot at the Divas title. We came up with the best way, so we drew straws to figure out what would happen. Nikki won, so we concocted this whole feud just so we could get the Divas title. That would have made sense. Or to have Brie go, you know what, yeah, I know my sister's been kind of a bitch to me, but at the end of the day, she's not just my sister, she's my twin sister, and I love her no matter what, and I really wanted to help her, achieve her dream of being Diva Champ. And then, boom, everything would have made sense. But it was, okay, Brie, you've been treated like a dog for the past month. Why did you help your sister? I'm still waiting for the damn answer. That's why I paused.
There is no answer. There is no payoff. It's complete garbage. The payoff is John Cena gets a blowjob in the fucking Ferrari. That's the payoff. It's complete fucking garbage. The matches suck. The storylines suck. And you know what? I normally don't want to be that over-the-top extremist guy when it comes to pro wrestling. You notice I threw that last part in? When it comes to pro wrestling. But Dude, if you defend this storyline, you have no fucking heart. You have no goddamn soul. You have no fucking purpose in life. You just like the taste of Cena cock. It was fucking unbelievable. All right, and you know what? The storylines have been so bad for WWE. We might have to change the Russo Award. Usually, the Russo Award was worst storyline. We might have to have a debate. Maybe 2015. Call it the McMahon Award. Call it the WWE Creative Award. All right. So now the opposite of that, the Haymon Award for best storyline. All right. Haymon Award, best storyline, stalling, boom boom's typing. Look at that sexy beast. All right. Forsaken.
Yes,
Who
sir.
did the Internet Infantry vote for?
Well, we voted for the Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville storyline for NXT. That's what we got. And they had hell of a matches, back and forth. And for Sami Zayn to win the title, NXT title, was like the coup de grace. So
Yeah, that was a really awesome storyline. It kept us excited, kept us going. Booms, yours?
My storyline of the year is the Daniel Bryan title chase. The whole after the fallout from the fallout from Royal Rumble when Batista won, to where the fans were just completely raising hell, to eventually the Authority, both on and off screen, caved. It actually worked out better because you had Daniel Bryan had the first match with Triple H at WrestleMania to put him in the main event. He captures the title. He wins, and just the crowd goes insane. Great closing moment, and I absolutely loved every second of it. So I had to, tip my hat to that.
All right, so tip your hat to him. Congratulations. My favorite storyline, you had the Daniel Bryan thing, but that was more 2013. You had the Sami Zayn thing, which I enjoyed. I thought it was a bit dragged out, but I really enjoyed it. But me, I think the best storyline has been the Shield. Just the Shield breakup, the Shield's going their separate ways. I honestly believe that the best storylines are coming up with the Shield. So I'm going Haymon Award, the Shield booking. All right, now the next one is the WTF Award for the career that fell apart this year. Last year's winner, mine was Ryback. I'm like, damn, that motherfucker might get. We might change the WTF Award to the Ryback Award. All right, so the career that fell apart, the What the Fuck Award. You're like, hey, dude, everything's going great, and then boom, you're fucking Ryback. Internet. Who did the Internet Infantry vote for there?
Well, I strongly agree with this from all of my heart, and it's so sad to see. We all voted for, and the winner, Cesaro.
Oh, that's heartbreaking, Internet Infantry. That's a piece of Triforce I didn't want Cesaro ever to win.
Oh, man, it breaks my heart.
All right, Booms. Is Cesaro bringing home 2 pieces of the trophy?
Well, it came down to him and one other individual, and I'll just go and say it came down between Cesaro and Bray Wyatt, and it was a big toss-up, but ultimately in the end I said, no, Cesaro's the one who got fucked the hardest. He had a lot of promise at the beginning of the year. He was with the Real Americans. He went into WrestleMania, won the Honor of the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He breaks up with the Real Americans. He has Paul Heyman as his manager. And then I don't know what happened. They just said, Heyman was just like, yeah, I'm going to quit managing you because fuck Logic, that's why. And he never really recovered in 2014. Now, he's getting his legs back up under him in this tag team with Tyson Kidd, and I'm hoping that leads to some good things. The reason I'm choosing Cesaro over Bray Wyatt is that, yeah, Bray Wyatt got screwed over by the John Cena machine, but as much as we hate it, at least he got some wins at the end of the year and was getting a little bit more traction. So I had to go with Cesaro. So he gets the second piece of the Triforce.
You guys bring up some great points, but he's not sweeping the Triforce. I'm giving it to last year's Miz Award. Last year's Miz Award, most improved wrestler from most of he receives. I don't think he's going to show up and receive the award. But last year he receives the Miz Award for Most Improved, and this year I have to give him the What the Fuck Award. And I know you're going to make excuses for this guy, but here you go. Ready? Here you go. Magnus. I know he married a diva. I know he had 76 Pokemon, 15 fucking kids, lost a leg in Vietnam. I know he has his excuses. But he went from respectable fucking champion to fucking Charlotte's husband's valet to fucking going crazy. And not only that, but like he went insane. He just went fucking insane. He was just like, the fucking internet turned on me. Like, what are you talking about? You went away and fucking no. So Magnus, last year you were the most improved. This year, dude, bro, I give you this piece of the Triforce with the hug. Like, what the fuck? You're a great wrestler. Stop being Charlotte's fucking bag, man, and fucking actually... You know what? His career was so bad this year and falling apart, I would rather him not have been on television. I would rather him just stay home, fucking tell Charlotte she has to carry her own husband's bags. You know, I wonder which one he fucking dreams about at night. Like when he wakes up in the morning and wants scrambled eggs, does he ask Charlotte or does he ask Magnus? Magnus, you were better off just not being on television this year. You were better off. And fucking stay away from social media. You almost make fucking Ryback look competent on that. Oh, right.
Wait a minute. Don't you mean Mickey James?
Yeah. Well, yeah, Mickey James is who he's married to.
Oh,
but
okay.
He's fucking bitch boy for fucking Charlotte's husband or Charlotte's boyfriend or Charlotte, whatever. Maybe he might carry Charlotte's bags. Yeah.
Okay.
No, because fucking what's fucking Charlotte's boyfriend fucking husband's name? He fucking sucks at wrestling, but everyone thinks he's fucking good. He's the hardcore guy. Fuck, I don't fucking know. Let's go use his birth name, Charlotte's husband. Yeah, the whole year he's been used as Charlotte husband's fucking bag boy. Dude, just stay off fucking television, stay off social media, and come back. We'll fucking, you know what? I'll do you a favor. If you fucking stay off television and come back as the old Magnus, I will gladly fucking pretend 2014 didn't happen. Spend time with your wife. Your wife is crazy hot. Your kid must be adorable. You're both good-looking people. Don't fucking come to TNA unless you're fucking gonna bring your A game. All right, next award is Worst Company. The worst company in all of pro wrestling. Internet Infantry did not get the vote for this one because Boom Boom said fuck tradition. So that means that Forsaken, you speak for the Internet Infantry. And you know what? I'm sure the Internet, whatever company you pick, I am sure the Internet Infantry will be behind you 100%, and there's no way they're going to throw you under the bus because they didn't get to vote. No pressure. Forsaken?
Yeah, no pressure at all. I'm going to have to throw my vote for TNA.
All right, worst company TNA.
Yeah, your Magnus comment just said enough right there, and you have a whole bunch of horrible storylines. I mean, Dixie Carter, just no thank you. I was not interested in all the build-up. I was not interested in her going through a table. Just forget it.
Forsaken, I'm pretty sure the people that watch our TNA reviews are building a fucking fruit basket in your honor. They're sending you a fruit basket right now. There'll be no heat from TNA members of the Internet Infantry that you chose TNA. Don't worry, you're
of
fine.
Course. Of course not.
Just check under your car before you go to work.
Yeah.
Worst company of 2014.
For me, my vote, no question in my mind, hands down, goes to WWE. Worst company in 2014. Let's see, there was bringing back Batista to win the Royal Rumble to main event WrestleMania when it was obviously Daniel Bryan's year. Let's see, CM Punk getting so pissed off at him they walked out. He walked out. Putting the title on Brock Lesnar. Let's see, you had other gyms such as the Summer Rae, Layla and Fandango Love Triangle, Adam Rose and the Bunny. You had the special guest host, including Grumpy Cat, which, oddly enough, was one of the better guest host they've had. Let's see here. The Bella Twin feud, as we mentioned. Let's see. What else? What else? Oh, yeah, the rip-off of the Claire Lynch storyline with Daniel Bryan.
Was that
and
this
then
year?
my personal favorite at the end of the year to put the cherry on top of this shit Sunday was Vince McMahon having the audacity to say that, oh, well, nobody on this roster is ambitious enough. All these millennials, they're not grabbing the brass ring. And I'm like, okay. All right, Vince. Okay, guess what? Your company, worst of the fucking year. I hope you fucking retire. No, better yet, no. Just, no, fucking retire, step down, or fucking die. Do either one. You can step down and you can fucking die. I don't give a shit, but get the fuck out of WWE. You don't need to be there anymore. You're an out-of-touch old man, and we can do a hell of a lot better without you than we can with you.
Whew.
Well said.
This is definitely hard.
I
don't agree
I've been
with
saving that up for 365 days, so forgive me.
I think you had so much hate. I think you might have dipped into 2013. You know what? Last year I picked All Japan, but they really turned things around. I think TNA had its moments of being absolutely horrible, but at the end of the day, I think they are slowly but surely improving. They did have, I think, 3 to 6 months of really good content, not counting their pay-per-views. So I'm not going to give the award to TNA. WWE, Boom Boom has said it. You know, he ranted and raved and how bad it sucked. And I do think WWE sucked, but we had a good Survivor Series. We had a good WrestleMania. We had NXT. With that said, though, there's too much. I'm going to give it to WWE, but I want an asterisk there. If I could give it to anyone, I would give it to Raw. I am so fucking anti-Raw these days. It's fucking ridiculous. I actually believe WWE is not a bad product if you don't watch Raw. If you skip Raw, it's not that bad of a product. The Raw is so fucking horrible. But now, the thing is, you can't just give it to a show. So I still give it to WWE for everything Boom Boom said, but also they're promoting the worst wrestler and their worst show as flagship. And when you promote the worst wrestler and worst show as this is our company, that has to make you the worst company of the year. All right, now let's get a little more positive. All right, I have a strong feeling this might get a Triforce. I think it might get a Triforce, but I'm not sure. Forsaken, you're going to have to pick the company. No pressure at all for you. Best company of the year. We did worst company of the year. Best company of the year. The Internet Infantry did not get to vote for this one, so Forsaken, the pressure's on you. I'm sure the Internet Infantry will love whatever you decide. What is the best pro wrestling company of 2014? Forsaken, no pressure.
No pressure at all. After watching one particular pay-per-view, which blew out so many other pay-per-views before it and other companies, I'm going to have to just throw my hands in the air and say, you know what, Wrestle Kingdom 8, G1 Climax, I got to go with New Japan Pro Wrestling.
All right, you're okay with the host, but I don't know how the infantry in the comments will go. All right, Booms, best company of the year.
Forsaken, you sexy motherfucker. That was the best fucking pick I've heard, and I thought I was going to be the only guy who went out there on a limb. I'm going to go with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and it has nothing to do with Wrestle Kingdom 9. It has nothing to do with it. I remember, and you can ask Dave this. I'd watched Wrestle Kingdom 8. He had sent me the links to it. I went and checked it out, and it was all in Japanese, and but I was still able to somewhat follow along and enjoy it. And I remember going, wow, that was actually pretty good. And Dave was like, oh, no, I hate that you watched Wrestle Kingdom 8. That was kind of a bad Wrestle Kingdom. And I was like, yeah, it had one bad match, but it wasn't, that god-awful. He's like, no, they've had all this other good stuff before. And I was like, if you mean to tell me that Wrestle Kingdom 8 was a bad pay-per-view for New Japan, I can't wait to see a great one. Now, granted, and I didn't have to wait long. I mean, there was the G1 Climax tournament. I only saw a few matches out of that. There was the crossover with New Japan did with Ring of Honor, War of the Worlds, which was pretty good. And then, it was just consistently, it was a solid product, so I had to give the vote to New Japan.
All right, first off, you guys are awesome, and I appreciate it, and I'm sure we're going to get some heat. But I just want to know, Boom Boom, I'm proud of you. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. I'm going to go.
Bravo.
I got last year's awards in front of me. Best company, me, New Japan. Jerry, the third guy, because we didn't vote last year, we had an editor of our blog do it, New Japan. Boom Boom, NA. Does it not feel good to give New Japan the full Triforce? Because I'm saying New Japan. You know, like anyone was shocked. Anyone that's ever met me for more than 30 fucking seconds knew that like they were engraving my fucking Triforce before the show. And I'll probably say it again next year. New Japan is absolutely amazing, and not only that, but they're going to be on Access. They're going to be with Global Force. There's New Japan Worlds. They're only going to get bigger and better from here. Do I get angry sometimes at their booking decisions? Yes, but that's because I'm a super nerd. But by far, they are the best company. And last year they missed out by one because Boom Boom didn't give it to any company. But this year, number one company, Triforce winner, New Japan. Please.
They deserve it.
If you can hear my voice, I feel like what's that Will Smith movie that was really good but had a horrible ending because they listened to the audience? He was out and alone and dog.
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend, thank you. The alternative ending, the original ending, was so much better. But I Am Legend, I feel like I'm on doc and be like, if anyone could hear my voice, please start watching New Japan. I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow's podcast to say the same exact thing. If anyone can hear my voice, please watch New Japan. Thank you. Click. New Japan wins it by far. By friggin' far. It's not even close. I'm glad that New Japan has got the Triforce. They deserve it. All right, next, another award that we've been doing for years. This one, the Internet Infantry didn't get the vote for because Boom Boom said fuck tradition and threw our NWA title in the trash. It's Best Television Show. Best Television Show. All right, so Forsaken, you're
Yes,
speaking
sir.
for the infantry. You are the voice of the voiceless right now because they didn't get the vote.
Okay.
What do you think is the best television show in 2014?
I'm going to have to
If you
just...
say, hold on. If you say Total Divas, I'm from the fucking Louisiana beating your ass.
No. No Total Divas, no Raw, no SmackDown. I got to give it hands down to NXT. I mean, they put on such a great product with some of the best talent in the American right now. I've got to get it to NXT.
All right. Booms, do you agree? Disagree?
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I'm going to give it to NXT. I remember watching Adrian Neville beat Bo Dallas for the NXT title in a ladder match. And I could, people could say, well, it's kind of cheating because Arrival 2, and Our Evolution, those were like special events. But even like the regular TV show kept me entertained. I mean, it was just there was just no bullshit. There was no politics. It was, they had storylines. Best wrestler got the push. Everybody got a chance to shine, and I think it's everything a professional wrestling show should be. So, no question about it. NXT.
Not so fast, my fellow friend.
Oh,
Last year,
Oh.
NXT got the Triforce. They got all three pieces of the Triforce. They have two of the pieces of it. Could NXT get the Triforce the complete Triforce 2 years in a row? Could it happen? I have to Lee Corso it. I have to stop NXT. NXT was amazing. NXT was the greatest WWE product, but this is television show. And you know what? It's one of those things. NXT didn't go down. NXT improved. But I might get some heel heat stopping the two-time Triforce champion here, NXT.
Oh, no.
But I have to go Lucha Underground.
Ooh.
I enjoy Lucha Underground. It's different. I absolutely love it, and it's one of those things. I mention this a lot. When you pretend you're a writer, you read a book or you watch movies, and while you're reading the book and watching the movies, you're like, oh, I bet you this is gonna happen. This is what I would do, and it feels good when you watch a movie and you're like, wow, this is what I would do. This is amazing. That's the feeling I get when I watch Lucha Underground. Like, people are like, if you won $1 million fucking dollars, what company would you start your own company? I don't know, probably not. But if I did, it would be just like Lucha Underground. I absolutely love Lucha Underground. I think, and it's one of those things. It's NXT didn't lose my piece of the Triforce. Lucha Underground won it. So I'm sorry, NXT. I love you, but you're not getting the Triforce this year. All right, next award. I should have typed this in, but I'll screw it. The Joey Styles Award, Best on Commentary. Who is the best on commentary? This year, there's been a lot of changes, a lot of new guys on national television, a lot of indie companies improving their product thanks to technology and ways to get it out. So, the Internet Infantry's vote, presented by Forsaken. Forsaken, who did the Internet Infantry vote for?
We all voted, and they won. Matt Stryker. He's done really awesome. Yep.
All right, I love Matt Stryker more than a straight man should, so I thank you, Internet Infantry. Thank you. Booms!
Got to give mine to Renee Young. I originally just kind of knew her as the backstage interviewer on Raw, but when she was on commentary and NXT, she really started to shine. I think she added, to enhance the viewing, and just how her color commentary and how she was the bridge between Alex Riley and someone like Tom Phillips or Byron Saxton or Jason Albert. It was just, she just really blew me away, and I really hope she takes over Jerry Lawler's position when it becomes available in probably just a few more weeks. Wink.
Or possibly Michael Cole. I think she has all the potential in the world. I think she has potential to be great. I think she could maybe win this piece of the Triforce, or my half of the Triforce, or my third of the Triforce in the future. I've been watching her from the Canadian television shows. She used to host a Canadian television show. I know a lot of Canadian indie wrestlers that told me about her. And I think she's super talented and is the future voice of WWE. And I find her to be very interesting. Even though my wife finds her to be completely fucking annoying, I find her to be very interesting. Just use your talents. But Matt Stryker, no. There's no potential. He is the best right frigging now. You have the best television show, and he's on the best television show, in my opinion, and I honestly think he's the best at what he does. I have no idea. Maybe this is why WWE should be the worst company of the year. They had him under contract, and they went with Cole. They went with Lawler, JB. They replaced him with so many fucking losers. I honestly believe Matt Stryker is the best in the game. All right, so Matt Stryker almost walked away at a Triforce. Booms, do you feel bad you broke up Matt Stryker's Triforce?
Not at all.
All right. Did Renee Young do you a favor, Booms? Is that why you gave Renee Young the award? Did she do you a favor?
I wish.
All right, next is the Molly Holly Award. We'll try to go to some live comments after this, but we're mostly focusing on the awards tonight. We do apologize. But the Molly Holly Award goes to the best female wrestler of 2014. All right. Internet Infantry, speak through Forsaken. Who did they pick, Forsaken?
Oh, I'm loving who they picked. This is my heart right here. Comes from a wrestling background, wrestling family, grew up in wrestling. She's my girl. We all voted. She wins. Paige.
Paige. All right. So Paige getting a lot of love from the Internet Infantry. Booms, do you agree with the Internet Infantry?
Yes, I do. Paige, she won the Divas title on her first night. She was on top from the get-go. okay, let me backtrack. She was NXT Women's Champion. I mean, she won the NXT Women's Championship after it got vacated. So she wins that title, or no, yeah, she wins anyway. She wins the title. Has a hell of a run there. Actually, no, it didn't get vacated. She won it, and then she had to vacate it. Excuse me. But anyway, she's the NXT Women's Champion. Then goes on to Raw and beats AJ. She goes on a little mini hiatus. So she's on top, and then her and AJ started swapping titles. And it wasn't until the very end of the year when things started to kind of come apart, and WWE creative actually did something I never thought possible. They kind of made me not care about her and the feud she was having with AJ. But for the most part, I think she had the best year of any woman in professional wrestling this year, so I had to go with Paige.
All right, so Paige. All right, boom, boom. You know me. I usually last year I got a lot of heat because, and a year before that, because I always pick a Japanese woman wrestler because I think they're the best. And the big joke about the Molly Holly Award last year and probably a couple years now, is that my award winner usually breaks up the Triforce, and most fans have to look her up on Wikipedia. And I am gonna let down the Japanese women's wrestlers because I did not pick a Japanese women wrestler this year. I'm going to let down a lot of the indie girls this year. I am not giving it to Paige. But I'm going to keep the tradition of breaking up the Triforce, Boobs. You know me. I cannot give any of the women all of the gold. That's not true at all. That is not true at all. But I didn't have to go indie. I didn't have to go to Japan. I didn't have to go to Mexico, even though, what's her name? Super Sexy? No. What's it? Sexy Star. Even though Sexy Stars really won me over, I'm actually going to have to go with a WWE Diva, and I'm going to lose some street cred here.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to have to go with NXT Charlotte. I did not see her potential and talent when she first got there. And I was like, she's not that good. She couldn't fucking hang in Shimmer. She couldn't fucking hang in Japan. She couldn't fucking hang with, the likes of Kana. That was my attitude. And people were like, no, you got to check her out. She's really good. And as time went by, I was like, I fucking enjoy her matches. I enjoy everything about her. So I am breaking up the Triforce, but the casual fan don't have to go to Wikipedia. Booms, you remember how much heat I got for breaking up the Triforce all those years. You don't have to go to Wikipedia. Most of you know who Charlotte is. I'm just impressed, and she keeps improving. As a matter of fact, I might, if it wasn't, I'm always considering her giving her the Miz Award, but it's her, almost rookie season. So I'm going Charlotte. I'm letting down Japan women's wrestling. I'm letting down indie women's wrestling. You don't have to go to Wikipedia, but I'm still keeping the tradition of breaking up the Triforce. Next.
Just sit in the corner and reflect on yourself negatively.
You don't think Charlotte's good? All right. I think she's
great. I think she's great. I just think Paige had the better year. It was close, but I just think when you put them together, I just think when you compare the two, I think Paige had just slightly of a better year.
The funny thing is, I think with my pick of Charlotte, the super women fans that love women's wrestling are going to hate me, and then the fact that I broke up the Triforce, the WWE fans are going to hate me. Like, I'm sorry. I calls it like I sees it, Charlotte. All right, we're going to go to some live comments, and then when we get back, we'll go to the tag team. We don't want to ignore you, but it's going to be hard. New Head Cheese, Punky the Rex, appreciate it, on Twitter. Jason Rex says, I'm here, friends. Thank you for being part of it. Oh, happy birthday, Jason Rex. It's either today or tomorrow. I don't know with this time difference, but it is Jason Rex's birthday. He says, worst company, WWE. Best company, Lucha Underground. Okay show, Lucha Underground, and company, AAA. All right, and then on the YouTube, Macaca Rock. Yo, nice to see you guys live again. Lennox Wooderson, I agree with Dave about Lucha Underground being show of the year. Whew. You know what? I was worried, but now Lennox Wooderson's got my back. Appreciate it. Colin Day, the Bella Twins, the living before and after photos. All right, thank you for the comments. We will try to get back to them, but like I said, we're mostly focusing on the awards tonight. All right, back to business. You ready to go back to business? Tag Team of the Year. Speaking of Forsaken, the Internet Inventory says...
we all voted. They win. The Young Bucks. And, yeah, I was kind of leaning towards the American Wolves at first, but you know what? I agree with them.
All right. Booms, are they getting your piece of the Triforce?
Oh, too sweet me now. Oh yeah, gonna go with the Young Bucks.
You know what? I just like Charlotte, I didn't see their potential, and just like Charlotte, the Young Bucks impressed me. Are they cocky? Yes. Are they amazing? Yes. Are they Tag Team of the Year? Yes. They are obviously Triforce. I mean, WWE has improved their tag team. TNA goes with a great tag team division, comes down, rebuilds it. So TNA goes up and down. I do believe this was a great year for tag team wrestling. But without a doubt, it's the Young Bucks. You know, just Young Bucks there. What can you say about them? Go fucking watch the Young Bucks. There you go. I wish we could have, like, clips. Like Wrestling Ranked, like just a clip, like a little super kick. All right, next. Oh crap, I don't know what next is. Someone is unprofessional. That would be me. Next, ROH Wrestler of the Year. ROH Wrestler of the Year. Last year, I voted for Jay Briscoe. Boom Boom had Roderick Strong, and Jerry O'Neill picked Michael Elgin. Who is it going to be this year? All right, this year, who did the Internet Inventory pick as the best wrestler in Ring of Honor? Forsaken?
Yes, sir. I think you're going to love this pick in particular. Yeah. They give the award to Roderick Strong.
What? Thank you. It's so beautiful. I love Roderick Strong more than a straight man should. I've seen him and his brother wrestle since they came out of Mama Strong's vagina. Roderick Strong is absolutely amazing. Thank you, Internet Inventory, and hopefully 2015 will be even a better year. If I keep saying 2014-15, this is the 2014 awards. I apologize. I'm an idiot. Booms, do you agree? Is this the year Roderick Strong gets the Triforce?
Nope, not going to happen because my pick for the best in Ring of Honor, Michael Elgin. He had a great year. I mean, he won the ROH title from Adam Cole in a barn burner. It was just it was a great pay-per-view. He kind of came out of nowhere, and I think it was a good reward for his loyalty. Now, granted, he lost it not that long after he won it, but I mean, I can't overlook that. I think he had probably the best year of anybody in Ring of Honor.
All right, so I love Roderick Strong so much, and I want this year to be his year. I want him to turn around. I want him to win every fucking title in Ring of Honor. But I noticed something. I'm going back. I don't think I've ever given Roderick Strong my piece of the Triforce. I think maybe I love him so much that I feel like my journalistic integrity will be fucking ruined. In 2012, I gave it to Kevin Steen, and we've been doing this for like over 14 years. We just lost it on his website move, and last year I gave it to Jay Briscoe, and in 2014, I'm thinking about Jay Briscoe. I'm thinking about ACH. This is going to come as the shocker of the year. This is me eating crow.
Matt Hardy.
I threw this guy under the bus. I threw this guy under the bus so much that Ring of Honor fans, one Ring of Honor fan started not a petition but a forum post that whoever would beat the shit out of me at the Tokyo Dome, he would pay him $100. And you know what? I thought he was a fucking bag of shit. I stopped watching him when he was champion. I threw him under the bus for the New Japan pay-per-view. I didn't think he was fucking worthy, and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna keep watching this guy, and it wore me down. Not only am I not giving it to my man crush, Roderick Strong, I'm giving it to a guy that I absolutely hate, but he's earned my respect. Adam Cole. Adam Cole, love him or hate him, he's fucking been Ring of Honor. I mean, wow. I could give it to Jay Briscoe again, but I don't know. I'm going to give it to Adam Cole. And now, with that said, can we please take the bounty off my head, Ring of Honor fans? No, but for real, a lot of my award winners.
By the way, a note to that Ring of Honor fan: if you're gonna pay someone to beat somebody's ass, make sure that the bounty would at least cover the bail money to get them out of jail.
I know, but then you have to fly here. Who the fuck's gonna fly here for $100? I'm safe, bitches. I'm like in a fucking Fortress of Doom. I think iJapan would cash in on that. I could just hear iJapan knocking on the door. Bam! I'm gonna go collect my $100. Don't hit me, iJapan. All right. Booms is like, I'm going to collect that $100. No, I absolutely hated him. He's earned my respect. I fucking slowly but surely. And it's one of those things, I hated him, but after the New Japan thing, after I threw him completely under the bus, called him the John Cena of Ring of Honor, you can't take those words back, but it's really how I felt. I watched him more and more and enjoyed him, and I think he's it. Now, I hope they pass the torch to Roderick Strong, but I love Roderick Strong. I don't think I've ever given the Ring of Honor Triforce. You know what? I think it's because you can't vote for your wife. You know, who gives an award show to the person you love most? All right. Next is TNA Wrestler of the Year. TNA Wrestler of the Year. Last year, whoa, check this out. Last year, I gave it to Austin Aries. Whoa, a lot has changed in 1 year. He was actually a nominee. He was a nominee for my Hardy Award for people that I hated. You know, there are people that you think highly of them, like the Young Bucks, Nakamura, Charlotte. These are people that I as the year went on, my love for them grown, even Adam Cole. But Austin Aries, last year's winner of my TNA Triforce, he went the opposite route. All right, let's see who the Internet Inventory voted for. Voice of the Internet Inventory, speaking through Forsaken. Who gets your piece of the Triforce?
Well, I gotta agree with their votes. I gotta agree with the winner. I mean, he's the top guy in the company, and it's got to be Bobby Roode. I mean, he had a hell of a year. He's been having hell of a years. He's the longest reigning World Heavyweight Champion in the company. Yeah, Bobby Roode all the way.
All right, Booms. You're like Mr. Anti-TNA. Booms became the most anti-TNA guy of all time. Booms, come on.
Well, it's not that I'm anti-TNA. For the most part, the thing that drives me away from TNA, aside from the shitty product, is their fucking fans. Because every one of them makes the same goddamn argument. Oh, we got to support TNA so there's an alternative to WWE. I mean, that's like me starting like a soft drink company. So, you know, but even though my soft drink tastes like goddamn motor oil, oh no, we got to have Boom Boom soft drink because we got to have an alternative to Coke and Pepsi.
Booms, are you giving an award?
But no, actually, I do have somebody that had an award. I did find somebody that I wanted to give the award to. I think this person had the best year of anybody in TNA, and somebody I actually do like. I'm gonna keep with Bobby Roode.
Yeah, this was really tough, but without a doubt, he's just so ahead of everyone. He's winning the Triforce this year. The Internet Infantry voted for him. Boom, boom. Even though he hates TNA, still respects him. And me, I just find him to be the best. I find him the best, a total package of TNA right now, of the ones who survived. So, best of TNA this year, getting the full Triforce. There's a lot of full Triforces this year. But the full Triforce goes to Bobby Roode. All right, next. Boom, boom, boom. Best in WWE. The best wrestler in WWE. And after this, it's overall. Boom. So just so you know the order. Best in WWE right now. It's been a hard year. Do you count NXT guys? Do you not? I don't know. It's up to you. We're gonna go. Who voted? Who?
That'd be me.
Penalty on the play. Stuttering. Not making sense. 10-yard penalty. Please start again. WWE Wrestler of the Year. Forsaken. Who did the Internet Infantry vote for?
Yes, sir. They I gotta agree with him. He is the best on the roster. He has been the show-off, Dolph Ziggler, and he's had some ups and downs for 2014, but he's come back strong, and the guy deserves it. Congratulations to Dolph Ziggler.
All right, so Dolph Ziggler does get it, so there you go. All right, so boom, boom. Who do you think?
I had to give it to none other than Mr. Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins. I think he had the best year of anybody in WWE from January all the way through December. Though there was the continuation of the Shield, their feud with Evolution, which led to probably one of the best matches of the year, which we covered in our review of the top 25 WWE matches of 2014, which you can go back and check that out in the archives. Then the fall of the Shield. Then he wins the Money in the Bank ladder match, and then arguably becomes the lead heel on Raw. He's a great wrestler, but he finally got that it factor where people just boo the hell out of him. He is so goddamn smarmy. They like him, but they boo the shit out of him. So I had to give props to Seth Rollins. So, best in WWE.
All right, this is tough. This really is tough. But I go with the Internet Infantry and pander and say, hey, guys, I agree with you. Vote for me in the next Boom Boom vs. Coco election. I'm sorry, I'm losing my shit. Time out. Regrouping, boom, boom. All right. Do I pander or do I agree with Boom Boom? You know, my tag team partner who's always been there for me through the thick and thin. Or do I go up and trail my own blaze? I'm like, this is WWE. I believe this. Nope. I wrote it down. I'm pandering. I'm going with, not with the Internet Infantry. I'm not going with Boom Boom, but I am going with the captain of the Fighting Kangaroos, who led me to the 2014 Fantasy Wrestling Champions of the Universe. Captain of the Kangaroos, turning his career around. The reason why I'm going to buy myself a really crappy trophy, Dolph Ziggler. It's not about pandering. It's about being the goddamn best in the company. All right, and now we have a new award. Just because of so much love for this company, we won't be going to Best Wrestler of the Year. We're just going to go to the Best Company of the Year. And the Best Company of the Year, we're adding an award this year, is New Japan Pro Wrestling. I've loved them. I loved them when they were Mookie Blaylock. I loved it. I loved it for a really long time. And I'm glad that it's growing. I'm glad it's getting an international market. It feels really good. And you know what? For the longest time, New Japan guys have been winning Best Wrestler of the Year, so why not have them give the best of the company? All right, so now we go to the Internet Infantry, the voice, Forsaken. Who did they vote for?
I think it's just a win-win scenario here with this winner. It's very, very obvious. It's got to be Okada. No question. Okada all the way.
All right, well, that's a really strong pitch. That New Japan roster is pretty fucking awesome. All right, what do you got? Okada?
I will say this. Over on Kocosports.com, where, by the way, the Internet Infantry came up with all the nominees, and I just tallied those up, and I had polls on Kocosports.com. I will tell you right now, Okada won in a freaking landslide.
There you go.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. You know I love Okada. I love Okada maybe more than I love Roderick Strong. And I never give Roderick Strong an award because it feels so dirty. And Nakamura, he had such a great year. What do I do? What do I do? I'm kicking Roderick Strong out of the house, and I don't care. I'm going to scream to the top of the mountains, I love Okada. Okada, Okada, Okada. Triforce winner, the first ever New Japan Pro Wrestling Triforce winner because it's the first time we ever had the year. You know what? New Japan might not love you as much as I do. Your wife might not love you as much as I do. Your best friends, your family, your mama, your grandma might not love you as much as I do, but I love you too much not to give you the Triforce. I'm sorry, Nakamura. You were had an amazing year. But no, it's Okada by far. And you know what? Thank you, Internet Infantry. Thank you. Thank you for voting. Look at that. Dude, the Internet Infantry is voting for my favorite wrestlers more than I am. But you know what? I'm going to throw journalistic integrity out the window. I don't know. I always laugh when I
never implied that you had
about wrestling. I know, but do you ever watch someone like my journalist integrity about pro wrestling? My journalist integrity, like, okay, let's just be a fan there, fucking asshat. Okada sweeps. Okada sweeps. And now on to our wrestler of the year. Let's see. This is one of our bigger awards. Then we're going to get to new awards. Overall, last year, I picked Okada. Was anyone shocked by that? Last year, Boo Boo picked Daniel Bryan, who had one hell of a year, and Jerry picked Tanahashi, who won overall. So those were last year's Triforce winners. Best overall wrestler of the year. We do have new awards after this, so don't hang up just yet. Forsaken, you're the voice of the infantry. What do you say?
Well, this guy's been making some headway, and hell of a moveset here. You got Ricochet as the winner of the infantry.
All right, and also Prince Puma, Lucha Underground, won the title recently. Yeah, Ricochet, awesome choice. Dragon Gate, Independence, Lucha Underground, just absolutely amazing. Booms, do you agree with the Internet Infantry?
No. My best overall is I'm going to give it to Dean Ambrose. I mean, like Seth Rollins, I mean, he had a great run with the Shield, but even when he broke off, to be honest, I didn't know, how they were gonna do things with him, and I didn't know if his character would work as a babyface, but he made it work, and he's finding ways to make things work. In terms of things that get handed to him, it's crappy, but he finds a way to own it, make it his, and make it fun. There was the lumberjack match with him and Seth Rollins. There was the Hell in a Cell. Even with his losses to Bray Wyatt, he still looked pretty good in those. Got a huge crowd pop, sold a lot of merchandise, and I can't ignore that. I've got to give it to Dean Ambrose.
Well, I literally think my heart stopped. I think my heart stopped. Boom, 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 boom. Why do you hurt me so much? I want to give it to Okada, but Okada got the Triforce, so you could also bring up AJ Styles, possibly Sami Zayn can be brought up into the conversation. There's a lot of people that can be brought up into this conversation of who should be Wrestler of the Year. I kind of want to give it to Okada, but I think there's someone that's had it better, and I agree with the Internet Infantry. Just what he's done in Dragon Gate, what he's doing on Independence, what he's doing with Lucha Underground as Prince Puma. So I'm going to go with Ricochet. Ricochet is my Wrestler of the Year / Prince Puma. So congratulations, Internet Infantry. I think you got it right. And you know what? The fact that I'm not saying the words Okada hurts right now. It hurts. But I blame you, New Japan booking. No, I don't. It just hurts. Ricochet's amazing. All right, we're going to go to some live comments, and then Booms is going to take over because of leading. At least I'm still going to be here. By the way, Booms, you got a real big piece of hate mail. I forgot to tell you. I'll have to tell you off air.
Oh, okay.
They threw you under the bus. I thought I was going to make you read it like mean tweets. Bunch of jerks. All right. No, I'm going to go to live comments. Booms, you're going to take lead, and we're going to talk about brand new awards, even though we already did the New Japan one. New Japan was the first one this year. All right. Let's go to some live comments. Booms, get prepared. You're in the green room. Get prepared.
Okay.
Twitter, no love on Twitter. Facebook, Jason Rex says, thanks for the birthday shout-out. No problem. Happy birthday to you. Hey, Jason Rex, I already talked to Forsaken and Boom Boom. I got to talk to you about a secret project. That did not sound creepy at all. But yeah, when your birthday's over, I got to talk to you about a secret project.
Happy birthday.
All right, let's see. Here we go. Some live tweets. Lennox Wooderson, Super Kick Party! Best tag team of the decade. So Lennox Wooderson is happy that the Young Bucks got the Triforce. Lennox Wooderson, how is Adam Cole not the best wrestler? Question mark. I got swerved. You know what? I really threw him under the bus. I thought his appearance in that New Japan pay-per-view was absolute garbage. But you know what? He impressed me. And someone said, "Oh my God, someone buy this for Dave." I'm scared to click. Do I click? If we lose this show, it's because I'm clicking. I'm gonna click. Ba-da! Oh yeah, it's the Okada fucking. It's the Okada figure. Yeah, if I get the Okada figure, which I want to, the gift would be awesome. I'll replace
Dave,
my
I hate to break your heart, but I don't think they make the Okada figure in a blow-up doll.
I thought it was going to be a tiger mask.
All right. Inside jokes at my expense. I get it. All right, Booms. We went through some live comments, but tonight it's more about the awards than the live comments. We went over the traditional ones that have been around for over 14 years. Now, Boom Boom, you're breaking ground, wanting to add your piece of, history to the Triforce. You are taking over for the new awards. All right, go ahead, Booms. You're number one. You're hosting.
All right, next here is Rookie of the Year, just someone who was not wrestling on the main roster this time last year, who came up, debuted, and had the best first year that they could possibly have. Now, Forsaken, please tell us who the Internet Infantry chose.
Well, I got to agree with him on here. He's had one hell of a career. I mean, he gets the most heat. You got to give it to Rusev. I mean, undefeated. There you go. I mean, puts over everybody else. There you go. Hands down.
My pick is actually my pick is actually a woman for this award. I think she had just came out of nowhere and blew me away. And I think later on this year, she had a couple of great matches. They actually made WWE's top 25 list. And I don't think those were actually her absolute best, but they were still amazing. So I'm going to go with a shocker here. I know, shocker. My Rookie of the Year is Charlotte.
Not bad at all. Not only that, but she's a genuine rookie. Now, we do get a lot of heel heat for this. We consider Rookie your first time on national television. I know there's probably some guy training in a dojo right now, and he's like, I had a match last week, and it was amazing. It was my first match ever, and this person has been wrestling 27 years on the indies. To make it fair, we mentioned Rookie first time on national television, or you haven't had a long storied career. When we use the word rookie, there's some leeway here, okay? I agree with both of you. Both of them are absolutely amazing. I already gave Charlotte Best Wrestler of the Year, Female Wrestler of the Year, so I'm going to go with Rusev. I think Rusev is just pure fucking money. He just prints that shit. And if WWE fucks that up, I'm going to be pissed off. But Charlotte breaking up the Triforce does not bother me at all. All right, Booms, go ahead.
All right, next year, what we call the Breakout Star of the Year award. It's just somebody who it's just what the name implies. They were in the pack, they were just kind of doing nothing, and then just all of a sudden, bam, they just shot up to the main event. They got everybody's attention. They just kind of shot up out of the pack, and everybody started to take notice to them. So Forsaken, without further ado, who's the winner of that one?
Well, the winner of this one, I have to agree with the Internet Infantry myself, because I am really, as Dave would say, loving more than a straight man should. It's got to be Dean Ambrose. He's had one hell of a career.
All right, Booms. That's your wrestler of the year.
Yes. But he's not my breakout star of the year. The one I think he just won an award here, but I think this guy came out of nowhere and just had a great year for the Royal Rumble. Again, all the way through December, I really started to take notice of him. He's being pushed as a monster heel. I got to go back. I got to go with Rusev.
Okay. Breakout star, not bad. All these guys have been doing good. My breakout star of the year, and this one was really hard because there was just so many people that we wanted to root for, and so many people. Like, the problem with breakout star of 2014 is we hate the guys on top, and all the talent is in mid-card or NXT. Well, you know what I mean? So we want everyone to do good except the guys on top. Thank God Batista's not coming back. My breakout star, and I agree with everyone's picks, this is the hardest award to pick. I think, without a doubt, this is the hardest award to pick. Mine goes to Seth Rollins. I just think Seth Rollins had one hell of a career. You got to remember when before the Shield broke up, people were talking about the Shield, and people always said, like, oh, well, Seth Rollins is going to be forgotten about. Seth Rollins is going to be forgotten about, because everyone knew that Samoan Cena was the golden boy. Everyone respected Dean Ambrose's talents, but people were worried about Seth Rollins because he was smaller and could wrestle. And, you know, I know that sounds crazy because can wrestle sounds like that would be a good quality. Not in WWE. But, no, he's shocked everyone, I think, and had one hell of a year. But, like I said, we're so hungry for the top to change right now that this was the hardest one to pick. But my breakout star was Seth Rollins. All right, go ahead.
All right, next year is Shocker of the Year. This is just something that, you know, nobody saw coming. It was completely out of left field.
Two in the pink, one in the stage. Go on.
In the ring, out of the ring, is just something that just, whoa, as soon as everybody saw it, it's just like, whoa, what the hell? You know, just something completely and totally unexpected. So, forsaken, what do the Internet Infantry chooses the Shocker of 2014?
Yes, sir. I got to agree with them as well. I mean, I voted for this as well. Without a doubt, hands down, Shocker of the Year has got to be Lesnar conquers the streak. I mean, who in the hell did not see that coming for WrestleMania? I was like the guy in the stands, just like,
I know what you're talking about. That guy they've memed. I feel sorry for that guy.
Oh, God.
I mean, if you're going to be an internet meme, at least his wasn't too embarrassing. It could have been worse.
Oh yeah, like the little girl with the Miz winning the title.
Oh yes, Gal. Oh my God.
That's how I watch Raw. Shit. Booms, do you agree with the Internet Infantry?
I've got to. I did not see that coming. It was like one of those, I did a double take going, seriously, did the referee just count 3? And I think the thing that really helped that was all the rumors and all the stories that went after that, you know, that Undertaker was set to win. And then, but Vince McMahon changed his mind like that afternoon. They had to talk the Undertaker into it. Then there was the story, no, the Undertaker came up with the idea. He was cool with it. That's how he wanted to go out. And then there was, I think, another rumor that Lesnar legitimately knocked out the Undertaker during the match in the ring, and they went ahead and decided to end the match right there to get him out of there and get him to the hospital. I mean, just all kinds of crazy stories and rumors swirling around. What really happened? You know what? Only about maybe 3 people will actually know. Lesnar, Taker, and Vince McMahon. That's probably only 3 people who will ever really know the true story behind it all. But it was just one of those I never saw coming, and I feel sorry for that guy over in the UK who lost over 2,000 pounds because of the bet he placed on on Taker.
Man, that's sad.
That's a sad story. Yeah, I think, you know, I know this is the first year Boom Boom put this together, Shocker of the Year, but I think it's almost an automatic Triforce for this match or this moment. and that's the streak coming to the end. I mean, without any other year, the Shield breaking up would probably have won this award. But at WrestleMania, the streak ending, the way it ended, you know, I was never an Undertaker fan, but still, man, I respected his, you know, the streak. I respected everything about it. So, yeah, I thought it was. All right, we got one more new award, and then we're going to go to comments and wrap this bad boy up. Booms, do you know, because I don't see it in the chat, do you know the last award?
Yes, I do.
This awkwardness is brought to you by Kocosports.net.
It's because my damn co-host didn't cover
We're hosting this award show as bad as WWE is hosting the Slammies. I feel like I'm the co-host. Like I'm just a Dr. Robot Chicken, whatever his birth name is, just sitting there waiting for Lawler to say something.
All right, next to and this is actually one I felt like was overdue. This award was, you know, we go over everything throughout the year and think about all the major companies there are, you know, WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, New Japan, All Japan, Pro Wrestling Noah, Lucha Underground, AAA, Samil, I mean, all kinds of various independent promotions, you know, Dragon Gate USA, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, all these other, you know, all these companies and all these matches that take place throughout the year, and then you try to pick the best one, the one that stood out the most, the one that, you know, that's what you point to. So we, you know, I figured this was an overdue. We needed to recognize it with Match of the Year.
It's crazy we went 14 years and never had a Match of the Year. It's a bit crazy.
Yeah, so, well, Forsaken, who was the winner on the Internet Infantry pick for their winner?
Well, for me personally, I had a different opinion, but you know what? I think they're right. I think they had the right call on this one. The Match of the Year winner is Tanahashi versus Shibata at the G1 Climax. And, yep, I gotta agree with them. Awesome match.
All right, New Japan. New Japan's really racking up the awards. I'm glad their popularity is growing. Boom, boom. Your match of the year.
I originally was gonna. There was one match that came on my mind, and then there was another match that happened a little bit later, and people were saying, "No, that's the match of the year." And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna go with the one that I originally picked. Because, you know, I just wanted people to know that I've been watching, you know, I watched wrestling all the year, throughout the year. And to me, there was one that just really stood out and it just got me really psyched up. And it had a great payoff at the end. And it led to something bigger and it led to another good match. So I picked the four-way match at NXT Arrival 2. Adrian Neville versus Sami Zayn versus Tyson Kidd versus Tyler Breeze. Just to me, I mean, everybody looked amazing in that match. I mean, everybody had a great match. They had several false finishes where if it had ended on those, it would have made complete total sense. Everybody looked strong in that, and then it kind of set off the road to redemption for Sami Zayn and led to that epic battle at All Revolution. And none of that would have been possible without this match to set everything up, to set the stage. And it really highlighted the talent of their main guys on that roster. And as tempting as I would love to give, you know, Neville versus Zayn at All Revolution, I got to go with the match that started the whole thing. So I'm going to go with the four-way.
All right, not bad. I think this is the first time, you know, because usually four-ways are clusterfucks and, you know, match of the year. The G1 was amazing, and the Tanahashi Shibata match is the one everyone's talking about. But there were some really good matches in there, and you know, New Japan had some great matches. Dragon Gate had some great matches. I'm really bad at this award because, as the most loyal Internet Infantry members know, I have concussion problems and I have short-term memory problems. So like sometimes you'll be like, "What happened 3 weeks ago on Raw?" I'm like, "What? I don't know." I'm bad for like match of the year type things. But this one, I'm gonna go with my heart, and what I felt. Like, it just brought me on a journey. There's some matches that maybe they're not 5-star by Dave Meltzer's standards, but it makes you believe again. You know what I mean? Don't you want to believe? Like, there's a moment where you go so deep in the rabbit hole that you believe it's happening. Like, WWE has done this a couple years ago. It worked with me with Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels. Like, there was a moment where you were 8 years old again and everything was fucking real, and you cheered, and you had a favorite, and you didn't know who was going to win. I got that feeling at the WrestleMania match a couple years back with Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle. And it doesn't happen often. Maybe because I watch a lot of wrestling, as you can see by my review shows. I only review maybe 1/10 of what I actually watch. That's embarrassing. But I watch a lot of pro wrestling. And, you become, it works like I promoted, I booked, so it becomes, this happened, this happened, this happened. And you don't have the magic. This, I don't know if it got five-star match from the internet, from Meltzer, from guys that rate matches, but the fucking magic was alive. When this match happened, I was fucking 8 years old. I was in the zone. All my problems went away. And this is what pro wrestling should be about. Your health problems go away. Your problems with your wife, your family, finances, businesses, all go away. And for that moment, you let yourself go and you believe again. And this match did that. And I am going with the G1 finals, Nakamura versus Okada. Nakamura was so popular. I didn't know who was going to win, and I wanted Okada to win so much. So much. And I thought for sure, I was a little disappointed in Wrestle Kingdom 9 booking-wise because I thought, Okada beat Nakamura. He's going to beat AJ Styles at Wrestle Kingdom. And, yeah, it did let me down. But for that very moment, I wasn't a critical asshole. I just fucking believed what pro wrestling was. And my health problems went away. Every problem went away. And all that mattered at that moment in life was Okada beating Nakamura. And you know what? It might not be a 5-star match, but if you can recreate that magic, you have something fucking special. And it was an amazing match. You can go back and watch it again. I think it's on Daily Motion. It's also in New Japan. Maybe I'll put a click on it. But I just remember when he hit the Rainmaker, the lariat clothesline, I fucking legit cheered. And, for as much as I watch pro wrestling, I miss legit cheering. I legit cheer for Kenta, Prince Devitt down in NXT, and Okada winning the G1. So my match of the year, a lot of people might not agree, but that's why we have Triforce, that's why we have votes, that's why we have different opinions. I'm going to say Nakamura, Okada. All right. I will do some live comments, and we'll wrap this bad boy up. All right, gentlemen?
Sounds good.
All right. Boo, boo, boo. Jason Rex says, thanks for the birthday shout-out. I might have read that already.
Yes,
he also says, my match of the year has to be the $10,000 prize money match in Lucha Underground, Prince Puma versus Johnny Mundo. Yeah, Lucha Underground had some really great matches, and they're doing such a great job. Hopefully 2015 can go on. Some more comments here. Ragin' Reject TV says, Matt Striker is the best announcer. Yes, and Lucha Underground is definitely the best company. I don't know about best company. Best TV show I agree with, but I'm going to mispronounce this, and I do apologize. Dumbuskus to Buskus? I pronounced. Yeah, it's different from everything else that's out. I guess he's talking about Lucha Underground. Ewok from Endor? I missed the Triforce. I'll just have to watch it again, guys. Well, that's what we think about YouTube. It'll be up in a couple minutes. You can watch it a couple times. You got to be like Forsaken. Ewok, I love you, brother, and you're a Hall of Famer, but you're not our MVP. Our MVP, by the way, we still have to make a trophy. It's going to be ridiculous. Is Forsaken. Forsaken. He watches every show. He reads everything on the site, watches every show on the site, and he watches every podcast 4 times before he goes to bed. True story. Stillwell Plays says, if there was a missed opportunities award, who would you give it to? I'd say Bo Dallas or Emma. All right, so who do you think has the biggest missed opportunities? I think we have a kind of award like that. That'd be maybe a what the fuck award. But yeah, and who do you think in 2014 was the biggest? I think probably Cesaro, right? Cesaro was pretty big missed opportunity. Do you agree? Disagree on that comment?
Yeah, that's who the internet picked. I mean, the internet infantry picked Cesaro, and I gotta agree with them. I mean,
Booms?
No, I gotta agree. I think Cesaro. I mean, the wheels just completely came off.
And Ewok says, thank you guys for this show. Ewok's on board for the secret project. We're working on a secret project. Anyway, speaking of secrets, there's a reason why the Golden Globes of Wrestling, the Triforce Awards for Kocosports is late. Booms. Are you willing to tell people, or should I break the news TMZ style, you son of a gun?
Oh, no. Okay, I'll break the news, you know. Well, fuck it. There's really no other way to put it, but I do have a kind of a huge announcement. Part of the reason things were late is I got married.
congratulations.
Yeah.
First off, no congratulations. Not so fast, my fellow friend. First off, you didn't tell anybody. He fucking like stole her like a ninja in the night and married her. Didn't invite anyone. And then here's the worst part. Okay, he might have invited people, but he didn't invite anyone from Kocosports, jerk nuts. And then here's the worst part. Didn't propose to the girl on Kocosports. Do you know how much those proposals get on YouTube? We could be like at a whole nother rate. We could be the Bruce Blitz of fucking pro wrestling proposals. You really fucked this one up, Moves. And then you have a wedding, and you don't even Macho Man it up on a pay-per-view. That should have been on YouTube. That should have been on YouTube.
Well, no, because if I did that,
you know
it means
what?
I get it.
Congratulations on stealing a lovely young lady, but you know what? No. We are 27 years late on a award show because you decided you had to find the love of your life and get married. You got to focus your priorities in 2015. I'm tired of hearing, I need food, I need a career, I need a love life, I need a family. You need priorities to show up on podcasts on YouTube more often. Yeah, you know what?
To be fair, man. To be fair, you know, we would have done this show last night, but we had little problems with Dave. He had a doctor's appointment. He had to go get his yeast infection checked out, and so we weren't able to do that. And so, for sake of, I just kind of gave a rundown about fantasy wrestling, but. You know, now everything's going to be back to normal. The holidays are off, so which means I'm back onto a normal schedule, so it'll be a little bit more consistency. My computer's back up and running because that had broken down at one point. Now I've tied the knot, and that's, about it.
Yeah. We got Mardi Gras down here, but that's coming later.
Isn't, like, drinking mandatory at Mardi Gras?
Yeah, it kind of comes with the whole package. That and a whole bunch of beads.
Well, you better go down there and tell everyone about Kocosports. Be like, are you part of the internet infantry? No beats for you. But Kakarot says Cesaro for me. Stillwell Play says, I mean rookies Vince gave up on this year. Oh, okay. So he's talking about rookies. No, like, I guess he's talking about maybe NXT guys coming up. Who do you think's been the biggest bust from NXT guys? Man, there's so many.
Oh,
there's so many. I think in Bo Dallas's defense, though, he was injured. I think Bo Dallas would have had a better run if he wasn't injured. But
yeah, that's not about Bo Dallas.
I love Bo Dallas. I miss you so much, Bo. It hurts.
Yeah, I mean, the rookies that Vince gave up on, I think the one that was the biggest bust was Adam Rose. I mean, they changed his gimmick from Leo Kruger to Adam Rose, the big party animal. He has a great, following, good warm reception in NXT. They trucked that shit over to Raw, and it just, oh my God, it just flopped. And then to make matters worse, they were in a hole, but then they kept digging. They made the bunny part of the highlights. And then it's just, now it's completely snowballed out of control. And honestly, I don't blame Adam Rose for everything on this one. I just hate the fact that they switched his gimmick to this. They knew it wasn't getting over, and so instead of like trying to help this kid out, they threw him an anchor and just watched the crowd completely turn on him. And then to make matters worse, they had him had him tagged with the bunny. Now they're having him feud with the bunny, and apparently he's kicked out the bunny, and now he somehow got some kind of relationship with Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. And if this sounds weird, I'm trying to explain this. This is what's actually going on, and it makes no sense, and yet it's playing out in front of us.
One of my favorite things of 2014, though, legit, is Boom Boom breaking down the bunny storylines. Because he's like all serious, and then halfway through he's like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? He's like, I went to college to become a news broadcaster, news extraordinaire, and this is what I'm doing with my life. All right, Ewok from Endor, last comment of the night, and then we're going to wrap it up. LOL, where was my invitation, boobs? Congratulations. Keep it very quiet, you sneaky son of a gun.
Well, to be fair, Ewok, nobody got an invitation to that. All we did was go to the celibate. Basically, that's an old school way of saying the justice of the peace. So it was like 2 o'clock on a Thursday. We just show up at this old guy's house. We do this like quick ceremony. It's like 10-15 minutes in front of this guy's fireplace, and his wife has got my camera and is snapping all these pictures. And as soon as we get back home, all I do is change clothes and text, "Hey, I got married," just my immediate family. And then like 5 minutes later, I went ahead and posted it on Facebook, and that's all the notice that anybody got.
Oh.
So I didn't even really. I mean, that's how I informed my parents. Hey, by the way, I got married. But this has been coming for a long time. We've been together for on and off for the better part of a decade, and proposed to her in what was it? May. Back in May, we took a trip to Minneapolis, popped the question there in May. So January, that's not too long of an engagement. I think it was good timing here.
No, 10 years is still a long time, though. I mean, that's...
Yeah, I know. But hey, well, Forsaken, you're going to be our only hope now. We're going to need you to, find a girl, start the whole courtship thing, and then do the proposal here on Kocosports.com. Because we got to get that going, and then we can, stream your wedding live. I mean, come on, your only hope. I mean, come on. I've just now settled down. Dave's been, settled down for about the past 15 years. Ewok can't do it. He's got an old lady. What are we supposed to do?
Well, if everything works out with me and she's cool with it, let's do it.
All right. See, there we go. Now we're doing weddings AM.
There you go. Yeah, I can't wait to get over there. It's going to be a long travel, but I'm looking very, very forward to it whenever that time comes.
All right, let's see what else is going on here in the world that is professional wrestling. Here, my last thoughts about 2014. It's funny. As much as we complain about wrestling really sucking right now, what we really mean is WWE and TNA. Really, I mean TNA. I hope they left Spike TV at the end of this year. They've just got a new home on Discovery, Destination America, left Spike TV, and from what I've seen so far, it doesn't look like they took any opportunity to turn things around. Ring of Honor was okay. WWE was horrible. NXT was awesome. New Japan was awesome. I didn't get to really watch all that much indies, but right now I think 2014, you could argue that this was the year of the wrestling fan. And what do I mean by that? Well, when you look at it, I mean, there are more alternatives and there are more material that you can watch now than ever before. I mean, WWE launched their WWE Network this year, in 2014, and so for $10 a month, you can go back and watch old WWE, WCW, ECW pay-per-views. You can go back and watch those old TV shows. They've even got some World Class on there. They're going to be updating some stuff. You had Legends House on there, which I enjoyed. Ring of Honor, they're made an effort to bring some of the Japanese wrestling over to the United States when they did War of the Worlds. They did a 2-night show, one in Canada, one in New York. They brought in Okada. They brought in Ghetto. They brought in Liger. They're probably not going to bring in as many people as they did last year because of cost concerns. Now you've got, New Japan launched their own their own little version of the WWE Network. They got New Japan World. So for 9.99 yen, you can check that out. I've actually heard they've actually got a pretty decent amount of subscriptions from here in the United States, and that's actually pretty good considering it's all in Japanese. So, if you're not fluent, I mean, good luck navigating that.
Well, they do have a Google Translate on it. It works pretty damn good on it.
Oh, okay. I'll have to take a look at that then. It would work. I just wish they would put more stuff in. For me, here's how I would do it. If I'm New Japan, I think what they're doing is absolutely great, and I think they're taking the right approach to this. I mean, they're trying to create. Right now they got the buzz. They got the buzz with Wrestle Kingdom 9, and it helped that they had a familiar voice with Jim Ross calling it, and Matt Stryker, who obviously did his fucking homework, and he was he was spot on. So you got your buzz, and then now you got your distribution with Global Force Wrestling. Basically, all Global Force Wrestling is that's like Dragon Gate USA. Global Force Wrestling is New Japan Pro Wrestling USA. Because when you look at it, Global Force's website, all it is New Japan stuff. All it is the hype and promos for New Japan 9. You can't, there's not a roster there that tells me who's wrestling in Global Force Wrestling. There's not a web show, a TV show, a radio show, podcast that goes on. So I'm thinking that's the distribution. Now they brought New Japan Pro Wrestling over to AXS, which actually debuts this Friday. And from what I understand, it's only 13 episodes, and they're just highlighting what happened at the G1 Climax tournament in 2013, if I remember correctly. And so I guess they're going to kind of arc it there with the storyline and see where it goes from there if they're going to pick it up. I'm thinking that, with modern technology, here's what I would do. I would try to get some kind of time slot with AXS, and all you would need to do is whenever like an event happens, you just need to have somebody subtitle what the wrestlers are saying, and then you have two commentators. They don't even have to be in Japan. They can be back over here. They can just pop up the video and then they just start talking over it. Like they're there. You need to have one person who is, I think, very knowledgeable for your color commentator, and then you need to have somebody who is bilingual, that is fluent in both Japanese and English, so that way when a wrestler, screams in the middle of the ring, boom, we know what he's saying, and the emotion, and we can kind of follow along with everything, and plus the tradition, the culture, and I think that would help out. And then you just package that up, ship it over to AXS, you play at the time slot, and then I might take a risk with trying to tour. Like when I say tour the U.S., I mean like a mini tour. You know how WWE will like tour Japan like a week. Why not do something like that on the West Coast? Why not start in places that I think would be friendly to the Japanese wrestling fans? I mean, places like Los Angeles, San Francisco, Oakland, maybe maybe you could go a little bit further north, all the way up to maybe Portland, Seattle. Try to dip your toe in the water there. Try to build up a little bit of a fan base on the West Coast. Maybe do some special shows in Hawaii. I mean, it still would be the U.S., and I think that's a market that's not really tapped. You could try to tap into Hawaii and just gradually make your way across the Pacific, and then eventually start doing some more shows and build up, and then become a real competition. And I'm not one of those people who want New Japan to come over to the U.S. because I don't want to, because Dave has even said it too. I want, New Japan to scare Vince McMahon so WWE will get good again. Well, after all the shit WWE's put us through, no, we're beyond that point. We're beyond the point of Vince McMahon needs to get scared so he'll, get his shit together and make WWE good. No, I want Vince McMahon fucking taken down. I want the board of fucking directors to get rid of him. Get rid of him. Who's ever fucking running NXT needs to be running WWE, needs to be running Raw, they need to be running SmackDown, main event, superstars, whatever. And if that's Triple H, so be it. That's fine. Whoever's running NXT's got their shit together. If we could take that element and get that going. If not, that company needs to go the way of fucking WCW. It needs to go the way of ECW. It just needs to go out of business. It just needs to go bye-bye. And, you know, the fact that, you know, we keep saying, well, wrestling sucks. No, wrestling is actually quite, you know, pretty good. And we just we can't get soured off one product. And I think Dave said it best in the last podcast he did with NXT. It's like, fuck Mondays. Wednesday nights are the night to watch wrestling. I wish as many people watched NXT as they did Raw. And, you know, they keep saying that people like me and Dave are, you know, constantly negative about WWE. We're negative about Raw. But they don't listen to any of our other stuff. But we're like fucking positive as hell. It's like, oh my God, this is an amazing show. We had a great time. I mean, the only thing Dave was sad about when it came to Wrestle Kingdom 9 was, well, Okada didn't win the main event. Shucks.
Sad is an understatement.
You know, he was sad. I mean, he was fucking butthurt. He had to sit on one of those like inflatable plastic donuts for a couple of days because that's how fucking butthurt he was. Oh, Okada made a mistake. You should have went to the U.S. Never mind that he's had like a GP heavyweight title reign before, and the head fucking booker is the guy accompanying him out to ringside. Oh, boo-hoo, Okada didn't win.
That's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate.
If that's the worst thing that's going on with New Japan, you know, I'll fucking take that.
All right. Forsaken, your overall recap of 2014?
Well, I gotta agree with what Boom Boom said. I mean, everything from top to bottom, he basically just took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, for me personally, I mean, I've had, just from the start of the year, I mean, it's been kind of, it went downhill very fast. I think if anybody knows anything about me, I've had a rough year, but things started picking up, and I started getting at least 2 jobs and working 14 hours a day, and it's taken me away from wrestling. It's kind of taken me away from the Kocosports channel and being able to comment as much as I want. I mean, I love this place, but I'm basically just working as if I'm 2 people, and so it started coming back up for me later towards the end of the year. I was glad to be able to watch pay-per-views with all the internet infantry, and then it really got picked up at the end of the year. The whole month of December was great, and this month is going even better. So that's all I have to say about 2014. It's just been it's been a blessing in some ways, just because I've learned a lot.
Well, that's good. That's good. But 2014 was the year of the Fighting Kangaroos.
Oh yeah.
No, I think the one word that 2014 can be described in is potential. I think there's so many great alternatives out there. I just hope enough people support the alternatives. That's what I hope. There's so much potential for it being great, and it just seems that as a super nerd fan, it seems like it's a bunch of old people not wanting to change and not to be great. Like, oh, I don't care what the young generation or the fans want. I just care what I want. And I hope slowly but surely with Lucha Underground, New Japan, TNA, I hope they Ring of Honor. I hope they slowly but surely put some pressure on WWE to be good, because, you know, it's a sad fact that there's so many people that will not stop watching WWE, or a sad fact that not even not stop watching. I won't even throw that on the bus. That's a wrong statement. There's so many people that will not leave WWE. They're just like, no, I'm not going to Thursday. No, I'm not doing Wednesday. What? Like, you know, it's just, it's so funny because people are like, oh, yeah, I like New Japan. How can I access it? Here's the link. Hit play. Well, I don't know. Do I have to hit the play button? I mean, do they have John Cena? And it's just like, dude, what the fuck? They'll just say anything. So I hope that potential does shine, and I hope that people can leave. I described WWE today as McDonald's. People are bitching that McDonald's sucks, but they live in McDonald's. Like, well, why don't you go across the street to a 5-star restaurant? Oh, I have to walk across the street. Do they even have automatic door openers? So yeah, I just hope potential, and not only that, but 2015 coming up, I think it's going to be very exciting to see who's going to be the legit number 2. I think if you're paying attention to who's going to be the legit number 2, that's a hell of a lot more exciting than watching Raw. All right, Boom Boom, thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Forsaken, thank you as always.
Thank you, Dave.
Please like, comment, and subscribe as we are working on making this a community, a legit community. So many times I see YouTubers talk down to people, and it shouldn't be the way. I want to make a legit community. Hopefully in 2015 we can launch our secret project. I'm trying to get a bunch of pieces in place so that when we do launch the secret project, it's not me and Boom Boom going, hey, this failed again. And hopefully we'll become your number 1 stop for wrestling reviews and can expand the channel to be so much more. And hopefully we are working on the blog every day, little by little. So we have 3 big goals, but all of them have one thing in common. It's to enjoy pro wrestling, combat sports, and build a community. So hopefully you're along the ride for that. Like, comment, subscribe. Go to Kocosports.net. Thank you, Internet Inventory. Thank you, MVP Forsaken. And thank you to my tag team partner, Boom Boom. And thank you for my wife for putting up with me podcasting when she has to do stuff. With that,
I keep wondering about that, Dave. Is my wife and your wife going to have to talk? Because I can just picture how that conversation is going to go. So how do you deal with his bullshit?
no way. The reason I say this, let's get it serious for a moment. Dude, there's no way. If you live in a foreign country, there's no way you want them talking to American women. Your wife could be the best American woman ever, but still, no. My wife and your wife will never meet because, I don't know. She might bring some of that American sass. I don't want that American sass. This has gone horribly wrong. All right, thank you, Boo Boo, and congratulations.
Congrats.
If either of our wives watched that last segment, we're not getting laid, so thank goodness they don't watch the podcast. And with that, I am over.
Later.